train yards, thinking about graveyards. I wonder, Lord, what would they ever write on mine? Another soul laid to rest on cold Montana morning, just trying to make it north of 49.
Okay, so we're back to this bait here, and it doesn't look like the coyotes have really been on any of this. I see some tracks in here, mostly raven tracks, but yeah, not a ton of coyote activity actually. So just with how warm it is, I wanna check these snares here, because we probably aren't gonna be back for another 3 or 4 days. So I don't want anything going green on me, and I sure as heck don't want the birds, because like I said, this one's terrible for birds ripping the coyotes apart. So let's get after it. We're gonna set up. So the wire's been missing off this tree, the number 9. So we're gonna set this one up finally. And actually, there's a snare I should set over there. I see there's a trail the coyotes have that they're using, and there's a snare on it. I don't know if you guys can see right back in there behind these willows, but I don't feel like walking through there. That's deep snow. So, but I set these sticks up, and the snare's on this tree. I just have to put the number 9 wire on it. So let's do that. Okay, so that one's in place there. Don't like having that many tracks right at it. Let's try this. I don't know if that's gonna help at all, but we tried, so we'll keep going now. Son of a gun. So big coyote walked down this trail. That snare right there is knocked down. Couple of coyotes walked down this trail. That snare's knocked down. So I'm gonna walk on these trails because I don't feel like going in the deep snow, but you shouldn't. So it might take a week or 2 before they start using these again now. But yeah, that really sucks. But I can see the 3rd snare still set up right there, and they aren't using that cut across trail for some reason. We got a live one here. I'm gonna have to dispatch really quick, but be right back. Okay, so got the set remade. So this one didn't have a number 9 wire on it either. I was using a branch to put the snare up, and it's not the best method in the world. The problem is when it warms up, those branches sag right down, and then you get really low neck catches like that. So that was partially my fault, or probably completely my fault. We got it fixed up with a number 9 on there properly now. That's what I brought that second one in for. Now, as far as this goes, like, this is all packed down fresh. Like, it's really warm out here today. So this coyote probably just got caught this morning. I don't know. I think it's just after lunch right now. Still not great. We want those coyotes to be out fast. We want them to be down really quick, so they're not causing all this damage. They're not reaming these snare locations out. I don't have to rebuild the whole damn thing again. But more importantly, we want it to be as humane as possible, and that's why we're using these springs on any of the ones I've been replacing. I'm not putting out any of these the old style ones for the most part anymore. Again, we're testing them. So, like this very last spot we were at, we did put one out. I don't think I have... Sorry, I thought I heard something. I don't think I have too many of those snares left. Maybe a handful of them. They will be done this year. We're not using them after this year. So, and again, we're still testing all these snares. So, again, this is going to screw our results a little bit, or skew them a little bit, because I did, again, dispatch this one. I don't have a rifle on me, obviously, which is a shame. I really want to get my ATC finalized, authorization to carry, so I can start bringing a handgun with me for dispatch specifically, but also on the trap line for wilderness protection. But I do have a couple of revolvers that I was able to purchase here in Canada. Yes, we can legally still purchase them if you have an ATC. So I got a few revolvers that I did purchase. I have them in my possession, and I just haven't had the time to shoot the proof of proficiency yet. So I need to get that done so I can start carrying a dispatch handgun, because this is getting a little, I don't like this. I don't enjoy it. So, but it is what it is. It's what needs to be done. It's better than me do this than drive, an hour back to the house, go get a rifle to drive all the way back out here, 2-3 hours, this animal to sit in the snare before I could come back and shoot it. So it's not a good situation either way. So, we're gonna drag this guy out, and we got a pile of snares to check in here. I don't know what to expect, but hopefully we have a couple more. I think this is only number 3 off this bait, so that's pretty disappointing for this year. But again, maybe this second cow was vaccinated. I didn't think it was, but nothing's touching it, so that's kind of odd. So we'll know as soon as it gets cold anyway, if things start going after it again. Okay guys, so we're at the last bait here. Driving past, I seen there was a live one in a snare. And of course, caught around the front paw. You can see he's not sweated up at all. He must have just been in here, maybe, I don't know, not very long. Like, this is it. So, not good. That would have been a chew out if we hadn't have got here on time. Yeah, not good. So, and again, another one I had to dispatch this today, which not particularly pleased about. I see we've got one right through the trees over there. We've got a really gross one up there. It looks nasty. So I'm not sure if it's bad catch or if it's just diseased. So we'll take a look at those. This one has a weird, something wrong with his foot. I don't know, he has some sort of sore there. I don't know if he stepped on something. You can actually see a puncture in it. So that's kind of not very nice. So, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna get this one going again. I have to run back up to the sled, grab more snares, and then we'll go through here and take a look at these other two. I don't know, we might have more. Hard to tell from here, but I'll walk down around and see if we have more here yet. Well, I guess we'll start here. This one looks like, I'm not sure yet. Definitely not a good coyote, but I see he's absolutely soaked. Which way are you wrapped? Around, buddy. So, yeah, this is a diseased coyote. He's caught good up high, and there's no water head that you can see, so we're probably not even gonna. Oh, I can smell this. Ugh. Yeah, that's a nasty coyote. So again, no water head in there. Lips are a little swollen, but not bad. He's caught up high here with big spring on it, but that is, oh, you can see the mange on his tail actually. Oh. So when we talked about disease earlier and sweat, you see a coyote like that, immediately be on high alert. Like, that's just disgusting. So that thing's got something wrong with it. We don't know what it is. I'm not taking it home. We're gonna put it off here for the birds to eat, but I'm not putting it on the sled. I'm not touching it. I'll drag it by that snare cable out and get rid of it. But that's a gross one. So yeah, I can taste it in the air when I moved it. So unfortunately my gloves are gonna smell like it now because I handled them. So I'm gonna go and deal with the rest of it, and yeah, put these snares up over there before I come back here and do this one, because I don't want to put any scent on my gloves. That's nasty. Okay, so we got that one reset. This is more what I like to see. This one's dead. Looks like a clean kill. The only thing I'm worried about is this orange patch. I'm hoping that's not shoulder mites, but let's flip them up. There's no red belly, so chance of that being shoulder mites is slim to none. But this one I don't think has a spring on it. I don't think so, but we'll check it out. You can see it has a little bit of swelling there. So yeah, that one we're gonna throw out, we're gonna call a medium. Again, it didn't have that big swollen face on it like this thing does, so yeah, we'll call that one a medium. It must have been covered in fleas. I've pulled 3 of them off me now. I can feel them crawling up my neck every now and then, so that is gross coyote up there. So anyways, I'm gonna reset this one. We'll keep going. That's it for this bait. And this is kind of the same story as the other baits. Everybody's coming up here. Look at all these coyote tracks. They've got all this packed down, and they just don't want to go inside the bait because they know what's up. So a lot of these are going to be smart. We're not going to catch them, but we'll keep picking away at a few. As it gets colder, they're going to go inside. But yeah, it's going to be it for today. If you're enjoying it, like, share, follow, subscribe. And yeah, we'll keep going along with this. I'll show you what these snares are doing. This one that got that really disgusting one is a Seneca Super Mag Spring with a toothed camlock. And again, we talked a lot about disease today, which isn't a bad thing. So there's probably some people out there that are going, this thing's not diseased, it was just poorly caught. Again, there's no big swelling up in this area. The lips aren't hardly swollen. There's a little bit of swelling. That's why we're going to call it a medium kill. But again, this head's not swollen right up like this guy, which is very clearly not a great kill. And again, they're going to go, the sweating is because it was caught poorly. It wasn't caught poorly, A. This one was, and you can see there really isn't any swelling on this, or sweating on this guy. Another one we talked about earlier was the red belly, and you can clearly see this thing's got some disgusting stuff going on. So again, if I was to take that home and skin it, which I would never, if I see something that ugly, it's never ever coming home. Doesn't matter how good the fur is. If it's diseased that badly, it's getting tossed out. But yeah, if I was gonna deal with something like that, gloves, no food in the fur shed, definitely washing hands, washing all of our tools, everything. Try and be as sanitary as you possibly can. Keep the dogs out of the garage when you're dealing with it, or away from the coyote. Don't throw your carcasses on the ground like I do. If it's diseased carcass, make sure you're getting that right in the truck and get the heck out of your yard. Some people say to burn them. Sure, go ahead with that. What I generally do is pile them up and let the ravens eat them. It is what it is. But I don't have time to burn tons and tons of coyotes. And yeah, it is what it is. The ravens will get rid of that. Coyotes generally don't mess with other coyote carcasses. So it's not like you're going to be spreading diseases that way. But yeah, there's just some steps you should take. But those are the ones we want to take out of the system here, because they're the ones going into yards causing issues. All these sick ones, they're weak, they need the extra calories, they're not doing well. They're hiding under people's sheds, under the decks, they're eating the cats, they're eating the cat food, that sort of thing. So getting into chicken coops. Those are the ones we want to get rid of, especially when this guy right here has been having issues, and that's why we have this bait here. So yeah, that's all I have to say on that one. Really disappointed. We had to dispatch, I think, two or three today. I can't remember. Really disappointed with the leg catch. That's likely on me again. Either it drifted in or something. If animals are getting leg caught, that's because your snares are too low. maybe the wind knocked it down. We did have a couple fell down here, and same with the last bait, we had a couple knocked down. If they're walking past and that loop's hanging 3 inches off the ground, you could catch a paw that way too. So that's not good. That's on me. That's not on the snare or the manufacturers or the parts or anything. That's on me as a trapper. And again, it's one of those things sometimes you can't control. I don't think there was any reason for it to have got knocked down unless a deer or moose went through. And I didn't see any deer or moose tracks in here. We haven't had tons of wind. Shouldn't have been drifted up. So could have been another coyote went through and bumped it and knocked it down even. Like, again, it's one of those things that's out of your control sometimes, but not something I want to see ever. So, and we remade this set here where we got the sick coyote. Again, this thing is full of fleas, so trying to keep it away from myself. But we're just putting it right out here where the ravens will eat it. It's off the field for the farmer. Oh, that's not far enough. And these gloves of mine are probably not getting used again, because not for trapping anyway, because I can't smell it anymore. But I'm sure they've got lots of scent on them now, so they aren't going to work for snaring. But anyways, that's it for the day. Thanks for following along. Really appreciate it. Catch you in the next one.